Welcome back. Thank you so much, Riley, for that interview with Ron Whitehead, and thank you so much, Pastor Mitchell, for that welcome and that greeting. I have the honor of being here with three distinct gentlemen who had a very unique experience on their way to Gillette. And it's something that you really want to listen to and hear because their story is very special. I am here with some of the All Clear Pathfinders, and this is one story you do not want to miss. Thank you so much for joining us. Gentlemen, if you would introduce yourselves and just tell us a little bit about the story that you have for us.
I'm Jerry Edwards. I drive the bus for All Clear.
I'm Rob Beckermeyer, and I'm the church mechanic.
And I'm Samuel Bates, and I was the one that got broken down in the story.
Okay, so we have three unique perspectives on this story. And we talked a little bit before the program began, and even from recounting the experience, it still hits you right here.
Out onto the highway, and we couldn't accelerate. And so we had to limp to Sioux Falls, and we had to stop, get it all checked out. And it turned out to be the high-pressure fuel pump and a number of other things that would probably cause the van not to go any farther. So we found a mechanic shop, and we waited for help.
Wow. And can I ask you, how long was it from your journey from beginning to get to Gillette to Sioux Falls when you broke down? About how long had you driven?
We had been driving for about 2 days at that point.
Wow.
Yeah, we had left Thursday morning, and this was actually midday on Friday is when we encountered this experience. And so kind of what had also happened is Rob was following us in a pickup truck pulling another U-Haul. The bus was pulling a trailer, and then we had another vehicle with that they were buying food and stuff for us, and they'd gone on ahead of us to plan for the next meal or whatever, and so they were too far to go back and get Taylor and his wife. And then so I suggested, why don't we send Rob back? And Rob had his family in the truck, and so we stopped at an exit. We were about 50 miles further west of what they were, so we sent him back by himself.
Wow.
Thinking no problem, they'll just pick him up and we'll go on. And then
right. So Rob, how did that make you feel? What was your reaction to that moment? Because now you're calling audibles along the way. So what happened when they contacted you?
So so I said, yeah, sure. If somebody's in need, I'm going to help them no matter what. So sent my wife and family with the Pathfinder bus, and they split off from me, and it was really hard seeing them taking off and going down the road, and I'm going the opposite direction because we do everything together. So I get going down into Sioux Falls. I get off I followed my phone GPS. I go down the exit, and it said like 5 to 7 miles away from the shop. So as I'm going down, everything's just going perfect, and all of a sudden, the truck just dies at a light.
Your truck dies out.
His truck. Yes.
So you're going to help someone, and along the way, your truck gives out.
Yes. So, so I immediately tried to start it. It didn't start. So I hopped out of the truck. There's a guy in front of me, and I'm in the hammer lane on this intersection. I said, "Hey man, I need some help. Can you pull along the side of the road?" And he says, "Can you pull me along the side of the road?" "Oh yeah, you got a strap?" "Yes, I got a strap. Just pull me." So he pulled me over the side of the road, got me out of the intersection.
Wow.
So I thought immediately, I said, so how can I alleviate this situation? What would my wife do? Because she's the one that thinks a lot more than I do. And I said, oh, we got free towing. So I called the towing company up, and they said, we can't get out there until 9 o'clock. I'm like,
AM or PM?
PM.
This is like late afternoon.
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
2:30, 3 o'clock, somewhere in there.
Yep.
So a duration of a long time of phone calls and getting frustrated and whatever. So I prayed in the truck. I said, God, I'm out of my sorts. I have no resources. How can you help me? Please help me. And I got out of the truck. I had this impression to hold my hand up and start, just pointing like this, like, wait a minute, please. And everybody just zooming past me like when going to Moses, when God told him to part the sea, everybody was fleeing away from me. And this guy, I seen him coming through the intersection, and he went away around me, and I started jumping up and down as best I could. And so the guy pulled over. His name's Jesse. And so he pulled over, And I asked him, I said, can you pull me to the shop really quick? I'm 1.7 miles. The tow truck cannot get here till 9 o'clock at night.
You were 1.7 miles away from Taylor?
Yes.
Taylor and Miley.
And the tow truck wasn't going to come till 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Correct.
And they didn't even know if they would even tow his U-Haul as well that he was hauling.
Wow. So now Jesse's there. He gets to you.
He's got his son with him. So he goes, yes, I'll tow you. Do you know how to be towed? Yes, sir, I do. I've said I've done it a million times with my dad. So let's hop in and let's just go. So we went. He towed me to the shop, trailer and a big crew cab dually pickup truck full of stuff. So we went to the shop. We get to the shop, and I asked, when can you get to work on my truck? They said it's not going to be for a week and a half to 2 weeks. I said, dude, I need my truck. That ain't going to happen no matter what. I said, well, can I work on it in your yard on my truck? I'm a diesel mechanic. I've done this for a numerous amount of years. I said, no, it is not allowed. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
okay. So I came back out, talked over with Jesse, which I started calling him the angel, Jesse the angel.
Yeah, very much so.
So I asked him, I said, hey, well, how far is the rental car agency? He goes to the airport. They're the only ones that are open up right now. And so he took us to the airport. Taylor, Miley, and I took us in the back of his big truck, took us to the airport. I've rented from Hertz. I've rented from Enterprise. And they said that because I am out of town, I have an out-of-state driver's license, they absolutely will not rent to me unless I have a major credit card.
So question, while all of this is happening, Taylor, you are experiencing a high and a kind of interesting time because you have a new family, a bride with you.
Yeah.
And what were you guys thinking as this was going on?
Well, we were just kind of stuck, so we were just running by the seat of our pants, I guess, waiting for everything to fall into line.
And had all of you been in contact during the time of making sure things were going on?
The bus was still continuing because we were already behind schedule. We had reservations at Wind Cave National Park, which is an hour south of Rapid City. And that's 350 miles further west than what Sioux Falls is.
Wow. So when Jesse finally got to you, making sure that you guys were okay no matter what.
Yep. He stayed at the thing with us. There's a little bit I'm going to add. So on the bus, as soon as they had heard me break down, one of our leaders in our Pathfinder group got up, and while the bus is going down the road, says, Rob broke down. Everybody break into groups of 4 and pray to God. Pray to him that he helps Rob and Taylor and Miley out. So anyways, trying to make this long story short, what happened is I sat down, I was kind of discouraged at the airport. I'm sitting on one of those belt things for the luggage. And Jesse sat down beside me and goes, Rob, I'm going to help you out. God has really helped me out in my business, in my life. So I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you $1,000. And I'm like,
wow.
Jesse, no, you can't. You can't. God will take care of me. No, you're going to take this money. You got Venmo? No, I don't have Venmo, but I do have Cash App. Okay, I'm sending it to you right now.
Incredible. There are so many stories, and like I was mentioning before, there are so many stories that have come about of people traveling to Gillette, but there's only one story that's going to be unique to you for your entire life. It's almost as if saying believe the promise along the way, not just when you get to the grounds.
Right.
You have to believe the promise as you make your way to the camporee. And the fact that the Pathfinders on the bus started praying, not knowing how it was going to work out, not knowing when it was going to work out, but God brought you here for a reason and a purpose, if just to tell this story to our audience.
Yes.
And we are so grateful for your lives. We're so grateful for your safety. But most of all, we're important that you have a story and a testimony that you believe the promise, so much so that God sent a guardian angel in the form of Jesse and his son to make sure that you guys made it here so much safely.
He even pulled the trailer the next morning for free on his own time. He hauled our trailer all the way from Sioux Falls to where we were camping at Wind Cave.
And then to tow the truck, he had AAA and got the truck towed from that shop to Jesse's shop for free. So
That's
God,
amazing.
every step of the way, God has led us and guided us and protected us.
That's amazing. I think those are some key words, every step of the way.
It was.
So every time, our audience, every time you have an encounter that seems impossible, you heard it here first. You heard it from their mouths. God will lead you every step of the way. No need to worry. No need to fear. You always have God to look out for you. Thank you guys so much for sharing your story. We hope you travel back home safely when you do, and you continue to have blessed adventures along the way. Stay tuned for some more videos from our Lake Union Herald.